What's going on, Happy Nation? Welcome back to the neighborhood. Hope all is well. I'm your favorite neighbor, Jay Murray, and you're listening to Happy Hood The Podcast. This is our Monday morning leadership segment. This is where I provide you with guiding principles for leadership, to help you to discover the leader within you. Because we believe that leadership is not a title, but a choice. And today, me, together we choose to live a life of integrity. We choose to be authentic. We choose to drive impact. We choose to live a life of fulfillment. And today, leadership guiding principle, I feel like is really going to just do just that. It's going to help us to live a life of fulfillment. It's going to help us to think about how do we sustain ourselves in moments of survival, but also think about how do we enable ourselves to thrive, to thrive. One thing that is certain throughout life, we're going to go through some ups and downs. And last year was definitely one of those years in the second half of the year that I was definitely going through some ups and downs. I was doing a wonderful job of just creating content. The numbers was able to expand our reach through the podcast, able to do some things here locally, but also it was some other things that didn't go so well. Some events that I canceled, some things that I was hoping to get done, but just didn't just was not able to get it done. And I was going through a lot of stress. I was managing a lot of different things. I was being stretched in a lot of different areas, and I definitely was facing burnout. And I thank God for my wife, for my partner, my best friend, for us having a conversation, um, and for us, coming to an agreement that hey, you may need to go back to therapy. You may need to go back to therapy, and I did just that. I was able to go to therapy and really learn some new techniques that has helped me to manage my stress, has helped me to establish boundaries, has helped me to, um, just find balance in the chaos. Because again, as I said before, we're going to have those mountaintop experiences, but we're also going to have moments of being way down in the valley, you know. Now, I truly believe that those valley moments are there for a purpose because it's part of our story, because it's shaping us and molding us. And the lessons that we learn there helps to sustain us, to keep us surviving, that in a time or in due time, we will be thriving. We'll be thriving. We'll be thriving again. So this concept I talked about a little bit on 7 steps to finish what you start, my 2023 reflection. This is where I just take a moment to reflect on different things I learned throughout the year, stuff that I gleaned from others. So definitely go back and check that out. But one of the steps of 7 steps to finish what you start was creating a support system. Creating a support system. And I want to kind of pick that thought, that concept back up today and really provide some more context, provide some more meat to help us to put this into practice, to help us to put this in practice. Because again, when I think about the benefits of having a support system, and that's what I'm calling. You may think about a support group or, you know, um, something to that degree, but I'm thinking about a system, a process that helps us to sustain us, helps us to survive, but also enables us to thrive, to thrive. It helps us to manage our stress, helps us to overcome burnout. It helps us to manage change. It helps us to create a sense of belonging. It helps us to create safe spaces for us to release ourselves. It helps us to maintain our well-being, right? And I'm just kind of thinking about certain things that when I think about my support system, these are the things that it helps me with. Yours may be accountability. It could be your support system helps you to establish boundaries. Your support system helps you to mature and grow in areas that are challenging for you. So all these different things are the benefits of having a support system. And when I take it a step further and think about it from the definition, right? When I think about from the definition of support system, I kind of think about from this example of a chair, right? In which I'm sitting in the chair. Now, think about this support that this chair is providing me. I'm able to rest my arm on the armchairs of it, able to sit back, rest my back. I'm able to have support of my back, of my neck area. I'm able to have something, a soft cushion that my butt can sit on. I'm able to roll around, through the chair legs, right? So when you think about this support, and you think about a system of these different interdependent components that are working together for a common purpose, you know. So when I think about that and put that together, support system is it's the it is the support, it is the aid that holds us up, that encourage us. It is the components that work together to aid us, to strengthen us for a common purpose, for a common purpose. So that is what, like, the working definition, right? My operating definition, when I think about support system, it's truly just a thing, a support or encouragement, an aid that keeps us and sustain us from survival to thriving. All these different components, the armchair, the back support, the arm, the chair legs. When these components come together, they form a chair that's able to hold me, comfort me. Even with this being a ergonomic chair, I'm able to get, proper back support, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm sitting, well. I got good posture. So it's not only holding me so I'm able to survive, but it's also helping me to thrive. So that's an example that I just came up with as I think about how to illustrate this. Like, what's the illustration of a support system? So when we are creating a support system, now that we have somewhat of an operating definition of a support system, it's the aiding, it's the encouragement, it is the thing that we're able to lean on, that that are part of these components, these interdependent components that work together for a common purpose. Okay. So now that we have a operating definition of a support system, what how do we create one? How do we create a support system? What are certain things that we need to consider in establishing a support system? Well, I think one of the biggest things, if I had to kind of put this in some type of, not necessarily chronological order, but just a breakdown, right? What I feel like should be part of it is, number one, well, we have to identify our support. We have to identify the source of our support, whether that is people or resources that is going to give us the necessary guidance or assistance to help us reach a common, or in this case, to help us reach an objective, right? It's going to help us to reach our objective. So when you think about identifying your support or the source of your support, again, we think about people. Maybe it's mentorships, your mentors. Maybe it's your therapist. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your family, right? We think about people, maybe the resources, or maybe it's the Bible. For me, that is a key resource within my support system that helps me, that gives me the guidance and assistance to walk in my spiritual um well-being. It gives me the guidance and assistance to be a better person, you know, to love others, to love myself, to love my God. That's a resource. Maybe it's a resource of a support group, whether it's a fitness group or a different type of group that helps me, right? That helps me give me the aid that I need, the support that I need. So identifying your support, who's going to be part of it? What resources are people going to be part of your support system? Once we identify our support, then the next thing I feel like we have to do, we have to communicate our needs. Communicate our needs. What are the needs that we are looking for from those that have been identified in our support system? Okay. What are the things that we feel that we are in need of? you know and again, being very open and honest. As I talked about, one of the benefits of a support system is creating this safe spaces, right? So when you think about, like, far as like one of my needs, I need accountability partner. I am looking to lose weight, tone up. I need an accountability partner that's gonna push me, that's gonna hold me accountable, that's gonna be very transparent and candid with me, that's gonna push me in a healthy way to help me to reach my goal. Okay, that's what I need. Okay. I need accountability partner. It may be, I'm looking for a group that I can connect with spiritually, that I can grow in my spiritual walk, in God, that I can, talk about some of the struggles, the shortcomings that I go through, you know, communicate your need, right? As you identify the source of your support, the people, the resource, to continue to narrow down and build that support system. What are the needs that you're looking to, or that you're looking to get met? The needs that you're looking to address. Okay. Again, these are just considerations. They're pretty more. And again, if you have, we think about support system of how to create one, or what do you believe it should be one of consideration? Let me know in the chat, in the comments. Put that in the comments, and let me know what some of your thoughts. The next one is diversify your support network. Now, when you think about identifying our source of support and communicating our needs and diversifying our support network, is just kind of making sure that we're vetting out people and resources in a healthy way, right? Because if we are having a support group of people, that's in our network, and we all think alike, we all have the same even beliefs, then how are we truly growing, right? We may be able to survive at times, but how are we going to thrive? How are we going to grow and mature if we're not having a diversity of thought within our support system that is going to challenge us, that's going to broaden our perspective, right? We may not agree, but we can respect each other and we can learn from each other. Okay. So diversifying your support network, even when you think about not just for people, but just resources, right? Maybe I need to start reading books that are not, part of my common reading, you know, whether you just read business books or you just read, you know, um, personal growth books. Maybe I need to read a novel, right? Maybe I need to expand my mind on a subject that I'm not familiar with. That's going to help me think more creatively. That's going to help me become more innovative, right? That's going to challenge some of my assumptions that I may have. Maybe I need to spend time with a Republican. Maybe I need to spend time with a Democrat, you know, and learn each other. Maybe I need to spend time with someone that has a totally different lifestyle or belief than I have. So I can see it both ways. So I can really practice empathy, right? That's what I'm talking about. Some of the aspects of having or taking that consideration as you establish a support group of diversifying your support network, making sure you having a diversity of thought, of resources, people, experiences that will help you, that will work together for towards a common goal, a common purpose that again not only help you in moments of survival, but also will enable you. This is where the maturity and the growth comes in to help you to thrive, to help you to thrive. And the last one here is creating a support system is a two-way street. So we can't always be on receiving end of our support system. We also got to give to it. We also got to water it, got to nourish it so it can continue to grow. Right. And when I think about the giving and receiving, is that again, going back to the diversity of your support network. And as we, have individuals in our support network that we are able to gain insight from and able to broaden our perspective, well, we got to make sure we also are giving to as well. That we are not just taking, but we also are given, because when we're creating a reciprocal type of support system, that it becomes more community based. Think about it. If we're in a support system where we are giving and receiving from each other, we're just continuing to grow and strengthen our network to where now we are building communities. We're building happy hoods that is helping others to unlock their potential, helping others to embrace, empower their self-worth, and live a life of fulfillment. That's really the key things there. So, the fourth consideration: identify your support, identify your source of support, people, resources, activities, communicate your needs. Let people know what is the need that you have. How can you how can they help you? How can they support you? Diversify your support network. Think openly. You know, don't be so close-minded to only go after things that you're familiar with, to only interact with people that has the same beliefs and ideology that you have, but go outside that box. And also think about the giving and receiving. It's a two-way street. Don't be just always receiving, taking, and not putting things back into the system, right? That's not giving back into the system to continue to help the system to grow, to be that true community base that will help each other not only survive, but to thrive. Now, my support system, and I'll quickly just tell you this, it is pretty much broken down in, I guess you can say, in my needs. And when I say needs, it's broken down in spiritual needs, mental, emotional needs, physical needs, and what that looks like for me. My support system. When I think about my spiritual need, is one is having my relationship with God. It helps me. It is a true component that works with everything else towards making me a better person. Really. It's helping me to be humble. It's helping me to inhale humility and exhale entitlement. It's helping me to not only to not lean on my strength, but to lean on God's strength, the one that strengthens me, right? It helps me to understand how to be disciplined, how to practice quiet moments, to sit still in my thoughts, to sit still with God, right? To really take and be appreciative. I say and practice mindfulness and gratitude with the things that's around me. So that it helps me. You can see it helps me to be a better person. My emotional needs, when I think about that, it's my companionship with my wife as my best friend, someone that I can go to and talk to about certain things. She knows my secrets, she knows my insecurities. I can be fully undressed with her, and also my inner circle. My inner circle, again, that next tier of individuals that I have that emotional connection that I can go to. And you know what? I'm frustrated, bro. I need some help with this. I can go to and and that I can go to and take off my mask. My family, it's also part of my emotional need to have that sense of belonging. Feeling belonging within a community. You know, when I think about my mental need, this is where my therapist comes in. I'm so blessed to have a therapist that so wonderful, right? That listens. Oh, that is an active listener that asks these true good questions that leads me to the answer. I'm thankful for my mentor. I had the same mentor now for almost 15 years, that helps me, that challenges my mind, that helps me to that's my accountability partner, that can call me out, right? That helps me in continue to sharpen my mind, as I think about certain things that he's doing, that I aspire to do, that he's doing things much better than I am. His kids are older than him, so someone that I can gain wisdom from is also part of that mental need. And then my physical need, my physical need is part of me exercise, taking care of my temple, right? It's the exercise, it's the my eating, all those things play a big part of my physical need, that plays a bigger part in my support system that helps me to sustain me in moments of survival, but enables me to thrive. And it enables me to thrive. So I'll leave you with this support system. Creating a support system helps you in so many different ways of your life. But as I think about it as a leader, a support system is going to help you as a leader to show up authentic. It's going to help you to become refreshed. A support system is going to help you as a leader to sharpen your mind. It's going to help to humble you. And it's going to help you to understand that leadership is not a title, it's a choice. It's a choice. And today, today, me, today, we, together, we choose to create a support system. We choose to find balance in chaos. We choose to have a support system that helps us to sustain us in those seasons that we're just crawling by, those valley moments. It helps us to survive those storms, but then it also helps or enables us to thrive. We're able to grow, able to mature into a better version of ourselves. So, as always, family, love God, Love yourself. Love your neighbor. I'm your favorite neighbor, Jay Murray. Till next time, be blessed.